Hello and welcome to another episode of the Contractor Growth Show. My name is Mark. I'm your host. Today I'm speaking with Seth Raile at Fast IR Inc. in Pine, Colorado. Seth, thanks so much for being with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, fantastic, man. So you guys have got an interesting model doing like drone sort of energy audits for homes. Maybe you guys tell us a little bit about the service that you offer.
So primarily we work with Xcel Energy. We actually offer home energy audits. So basically, a lot of people wonder what that is. We want to provide a service where we're going to be able to look at your house as a whole. Contractors come in and they do their part, but we want to look at it as a whole. How are things working together? How are they not working together? So that we can eliminate high energy bills, cold spots in your homes, comfort issues, those type of things. So what we do is we integrate infrared scans, a blower door technology to check for leakage. And we really help a homeowner find out what is going on with my house. We've had customers that have been in their homes for many, many years and they still have issues with comfort, and they've tried millions of things to do to fix it, but they haven't been able to. So that's where we can usually come in, help them find out what's going on, and then give them a game plan with the report that we provide them that helps them to see what recommendations we have and how they can fix those different issues.
Fantastic. And it's mainly the inspection. Do you guys do any of the kind of retrofitting work on the house at all?
Unfortunately, we don't do the retrofits now. Xcel has a great contractors list that we send people over there. My dad retired on me. He was my partner for since 2010 to about 5 years ago, and he decided he was going to enjoy the rest of his life. So he's taking it easy that way. But so unfortunately, there was many of those things. You had to have a couple guys to be able to do that. So I'm primarily focusing on the energy audits, and then have a couple other services that we're offering as well.
Fantastic. What are the other services you guys do?
So one of the big ones is seasonal. We do a swamp cooler or evaporative coolers. Start them up in the spring, shut them down in the fall, maintain them during the summer. Help get about 200 customers that we help do that. And then something recently in the past year or so, I started doing fire extinguisher inspections. All commercial businesses have to have fire extinguishers, and they're supposed to be annually inspected to keep in compliance. That way the fire marshal comes by. He's not giving you a hard time, because then you're up to compliance. So that's what we're definitely helping out those up here in the mountain communities and all the way down into town as well.
Fantastic. So you guys are in Pine, kind of southwest of Denver, sort of west of Castle Rock. Beautiful area out there in the mountains. What is the service area that you guys cover?
Pretty much, we'd like to focus up here on our mountain communities, 285 corridor up to Evergreen, but I'm working every day pretty much down in town as well, especially during those spring to fall months with the evaporative coolers. So we cover basically the greater Denver area all the way up to probably, I would say, Thornton down into Aurora. So.
Gotcha. Okay. And then so with I've really been interested in this kind of energy audit space. I was building a bunch back a long time ago now, and they were just starting to get at that point back in the, mid-late 90s, the kind of infrared scans of houses. And it was, just like a complete game changer. I mean, how is the technology advanced now so that, you guys are using drones, and it's, how sophisticated has it gotten, and how kind of thorough can an energy audit be for a house at this point?
Well, what's great is it actually takes us about 2 to 2.5 hours, depending on the house, to go through the entire. We look at everything from the attic to the crawl space or basement. We look at insulation levels, and that's where our infrared camera really comes in well, because we do an exterior scan with the infrared camera, and we see if there's missing insulation. So you're not having to tear the wall apart and able to see what's going on. Then we have our blower door, which is this nice little space age door we put in the front door. And what that does is it exaggerates the leakage that's going on in the house. So we can see, if there's cold spots, there's drafts, things like that's going on. We can actually document it with our IR camera. And that way, when you get a report, you're able to see, okay, this is what's going on. And if I'm to add insulation, or maybe I need to spray foam and air seal something. It helps to be able to pinpoint exactly what's going on and be able to eliminate that problem. So it's kind of a neat process. Like I said before, contractors come in, they do their part of the work, but they don't think about, well, if I'm an electrician and I drill this hole in the top plate, what's that going to do to my HVAC? What's that going to do to my insulation?
Oh, interesting.
Well, there's all these other things that are affected because of one thing. So that's what's nice. We part of the BPI, the Building Performance Institute, which is looking at a house as a whole and not just a specific technical part of the house.
Sure. Wild. Do you ever see houses that are like perfect?
No,
Don't need any work? No.
no, that's a funny thing is about 2008 when all the crash happened, things changed a lot. There was a lot of codes that went into effect to help efficiency of homes. But before that, basically every home needs a lot of help. But what's funny is a lot of times we go into specific things. We've been taught that there's things like windows that will increase and change our homes exponentially. When that takes a lot of money and a lot of time to recoup, there's other things, insulation, air sealing, things like that can change your house overnight, literally overnight, to make it more comfortable and more efficient, and doesn't have as much of an effect on your pocketbook.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, with energy costs going up and the I don't know, the cost of heat and whatever. I mean, the different ways that people are heating. I mean, what type of kind of savings do you often see? I mean, maybe a range of savings that people are able to save on their heating bill when they come in and retrofit their building to make it more tight and airtight.
Well, that can be a pretty wide gamut, just depending on what they're going to look into doing. What's the state of the house? You get into an older home that has, we'll talk about windows. You got the old aluminum windows that are single pane. You're going to see a nice effect on your monthly bills. A lot of times you'll go into the old 1950s homes that have cinder block walls, and there is about this much insulation that was blown into the attic. You're going to just see overnight, you're going to see 10 to 30% usually in savings on your electric bill, on your heating bills. But even more importantly is usually in the summertime, that's when you have the higher bills for AC. So you'll actually see a better return during the summer, but you'll feel the comfort more during the winter.
I see. Huh. Wild. How many folks do you have on your team right now?
It's just me. Well, I shouldn't say just me. My wife does all the stuff on the backside. She takes care of all our books and helps with scheduling and all those types of things. But I'm the tech. I'm the guy you'll see coming to your door. So if you don't like what you see now, you're not gonna like
it. Take a pass if you don't like what you're hearing here or seeing.
That's it.
Great. Well, looking into here the next year or two, I mean, do you guys, Contractor Growth Show, always, kind of curious about how companies are growing, and, some companies are very stable where they're at and kind of at a great place. Some are kind of growing. I mean, are you guys in kind of growth mode, looking to grow the business, and what, if so, what, how would you kind of go about doing any of that?
That's a good question. Because it's been me, I kind of like having the zero overhead. So that saves me a lot of time, saves my customers a lot of money, because I have a lot of that overhead stuff. But it's definitely something I've thought about over the next couple of years, looking to have somebody maybe help me with the swamp coolers and be able to tag team that, grow that some more, because there's probably 1 million swamp coolers in the greater Denver area. And so that's always a continued need. But that's kind of one of my things is always being adaptable. Dad and I kind of started this business back in 2010. We were inspecting boilers and motors and those type of things with our IR camera to help people do preventative maintenance. Well, over time, a lot of those companies took on the same thing. They decided to do it themselves because they saw the benefit of what we were doing. So we had to adapt to what we were doing. So that's where we got into the efficiency side. We've taken on the evaporative coolers, and now I'm doing the fire extinguisher. So it's kind of I feel like an ever evolving business plan.
Gotcha. Fantastic. And then we talked a little bit about the show before the show. I was just kind of interested to hear about. So you guys are building a triplex, like a multi-generational house up in the mountains with your family, huh?
Yeah, it's been quite a project. That's actually something that my dad and I took on back in 2017. We wanted to do something to make simplify our lives for our families, make it easier to live. The cost of living continued to go up or continues to go up. So if we were able to share some of those expenses, we'd be able to make it easier on all of us. So that was kind of what came about with our our house here. We kind of call it a big house, basically. Is the industry's calling it anymore. It's becoming more and more of a thing. We were kind of in it before I think it really started going, but made a nice little place that we all have our own space. We can live our lives, but we can also share each other's company whenever we like.
Amazing. Three families, all one big family, but living in three different units in a triplex you guys are building. That is amazing. Fantastic. Well, Seth, if folks are looking for some kind of, an energy audit in the, kind of Denver area, outside of Denver, up to kind of West Denver, or folks are looking for some help with, swamp cooler maintenance, or also, fire extinguisher inspections, if they're in the commercial space, what are some of the best ways to get in touch with you guys?
Well, you can call me on my phone anytime. I'm going to be the one that answers. You can shoot me a text. It's my cell phone, 303-526-8236. Or you can check out our website, fast-ir.com. We've got that there. It's got emails there for me and for my wife. And you can check us out. But it's fairly simple. If I'm not answering the phone, I'm usually on a roof or in a crawl space or an attic or something. But I kind of pride myself on my communication. I feel like that's something many service-oriented businesses do not do anymore. So I pride myself on that. I will get back to you in a timely manner and answer whatever questions you got.
Fantastic. So take a look at fast-ir.com or give Seth a call at 303-526-8236. Thanks again, Seth, for your time today, man. Great talking with you here on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it, Mark.